Hello, it's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition for tonight headlines. We have an important Djiboutian diplomatic and military delegation went to Mogadishu to the mediations between Somalia and Kenya. For the international scene, crash of Boeing in Indonesia, remains of debris found, emergency signals from the plane detected. Welcome to our newsroom. The Minister of Defense in charge of relations with Parliament, His Excellency Hassan Omar Mohammed Burhan, accompanied by the Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, attend the arrival of the Hill 6 Battalion from Jalalaqsi in the Sector 5 and the Djiboutian Military Command. This rotation, the first of a long series that will last 15 days, has seen the arrivals of the first elements. The welcome ceremony was attended by Major Colonel Mohammed Qayad Gelle, head of the logistic divisions of the ADF, and the main actors in the rotations of battalions since 2012, and senior military officials. Recall that the Hill 6 Battalion, deployed since 2018, spent 2 long years in Jalalaqsi in hostile territories located in Sector 4 in the context of the fight against the Al-Shabaab militia. Indeed, the Republic of Djibouti participates since 2012 in restoring peace in our sister country Somalia under the banner of AMISOM, led by the African Union through the deployment of 2 battalions of 2,000 men. The first rotations left in Jalalaqsi and Beledweyne, where the soldiers were able to use the military aircraft. On the descent of the planes, our brave fighters were welcomed by the Minister of Defense in charge of Hassan Omar Mohammed Burhan and General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim. Thus, after the greetings of honor, the soldiers passed through different workshops, including the first of the Air and Border Police for the issuance of entry visa, then carries the mandatory medical checkup to detect any abnormality, including the COVID-19 test to isolate and better manage military staff who tested positive for the coronavirus. In the welcoming ceremony, the soldiers were able to share a hot meal around the table with the Minister of Defense in charge of relations with Parliament, His Excellency Hassan Omar Mohammed Burhan, and the Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim. It was with this in mind that the Hill 8 Battalion was set up after 12 months of continuous training in Mariama on national territory as part of the operational preparations. Hill 8 Battalion, enriched by considerable experience, was ready to relieve Hill 6 Battalion on the occasions of their departure. The Minister of Defense responsible for relations with Parliament, Hassan Omar Mohammed Burhan, and the Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, accompanied by a strong military delegation of senior officials, was present on the tarmac of the Djibouti International Airport to wish them every success in their mission. It was able also an opportunity to deliver the ultimate message from the Chief of the General Staff, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, a message embodied with the wisdom, guidance, and courage in carrying out their tasks with an experience of 7 battalions deployed since 2012, the Republic of Djibouti has always supported in its neighboring country, Somalia. Today are the first relief elements who have taken the road to Jalalaxi with their head of battalion 8, Colonel Mohammed Umar Asowe and his staff. This complex relief operation requires carefully preparations and will last 2 weeks. Thus, at the end of this operation, more than 1,000 soldiers will be relieved and replaced by 1,000 others. The day of Saturday, January 9th, was rich in event after the reception of General Birhanu Jula, Chief of the General Staff of the Ethiopian Armed Forces. General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim has promoted to the rank of Colonel the defense attaché to the Republic of Djibouti in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Lieutenant Colonel Ali Ismail Igal, by Presidential Decree number 2020 365 PR dated on 13 December. This duty is deserved with award was given in recognition of the outstanding work done by Colonel Ali Ismail Igal, defense attaché in the Republic of Djibouti to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, in his effort to strengthen, consolidate, enhance relations of cooperation, military exchanges, and strategic partnership between the two countries, especially between the two armies. As part of the mediations of the dispute between Somalia and Kenya, one of the thorniest issue of the 38th Extraordinary Summit of the IGAD, and as planned at the end of this summit, a large diplomatic military delegation from Djibouti visit today the capital of the Federal Republic of Somalia, Mogadishu. Monday by the head of the state of the IGAD. This delegation is composed mainly of the ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti to Kenya, Yasin Elmi Buha, and the ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti in Somalia, Aden Hassan Aden, General Ali Mohammed Tahir, Deputy Chief of Defense Staff General Osman Nur Subagle, Colonel Mohammed Barkhat, Colonel Ali Aden, and a representative of the IGAD. Upon their arrival, delegation was received by the Minister Delegate for Foreign Affairs of Somalia, Mr. Mohammed Osman Balal, accompanied by the Permanent Secretary General of the Ministries of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Mohammed Ali Noor. This first meeting was an opportunity for the diplomatic and military delegation of Djibouti and Somali authority to discuss a number of points concerning the dispute between Somalia and its neighbor Kenya. This meeting took place in the good conditions, and Somali authorities appreciate the role of Djibouti as the country that is spreading in the region to be a country of linking peace and stability. The holding in Djibouti of the 38th Extraordinary Summit of IGAD is an illustration. The Secretary General of the Ministry of Labor in charge of Reform Administration, Mr. Abdallah Ali Mohammed, in collaboration with the Secretary of State for Youth and Sport, Ms. Khadija Ibrahim Idris, has launched the training of director and animator of community center development centers in the capital within the National Institute of Public Administration, INAP. This training by experts in the file aimed at strengthening the capacity of CDC managers for the better performance of these structures with noble missions, integration and development of young Djiboutian comes after intense consultations on the reflection of approach likely to stimulate the revitalization of these structures of social integration. Objective of this training is to enable directors and leaders to strengthen their capacity and expertise to better guide the CDC for a better experience for young Djiboutians. Event brought together on site the Secretary General Khadija Ibrahim Idris and the Secretary General of the Ministry of Employment, Abdallah Ali Mohammed, the Director of INAF, Sharamaki Idris Ali, the Director of the CDC, Ruqya Hassan Sheikh, the Director of General Administration, Mr. Abdisso Usman, as well as trainers and young trainees. For his part, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Employment, Mr. Abdallah Ali Mohammed, said in his speech, and this after a long briefing of the executive of CDCs at the Community Development Centers of District 3 last Thursday, in the presence of several senior officials, in order to put them in condition and inform them about the crucial importance of this training that begins today in the afternoon. Under the auspices of the Secretary of State for Youth and Sport, the Djiboutian Athletics Federation has organized yesterday at Guled Stadium the national championship competition for various athletics clubs in the capital as part of the qualification for the meeting in Djibouti, March 26. Several races were therefore included in the agenda and of the 2021 editions, including event of the 400 meters, 800 meter, and 1,500 meter, 3,000 meters men, as well as the event of 800 meters and 1,500 meter for women. Athletes for various cadets, junior, senior clubs will participate in this major sporting event. The event took place in a very good condition under the supervision of the coach. For the international scene, Boeing crashed in Indonesia. Debris found. Emergency signals from the plane detected, while a signal from the plane was detected. Body paints and debris were found Sunday on the Indonesian capital, Jakarta, where a Boeing crashed into the sea with the 62 people on board. The Indonesian airplane, which flies from Jakarta to Pontianak on the Indonesian side of the island of Bumen, first contact with an air traffic controller Saturday shortly after 2 hours, 2 p.m. Local time, some 4 minutes after takeoff. No details have been given at this stage on the possible causes of the accident by the authorities, who have launched extensive search operation, while it seems unlikely to find survivors' wreckage and likely to belong to the Boeing 737 that crashed into the sea on Saturdays, and body paints have also been found. Numerous rescue boats, military helicopters, and divers were deployed Sunday mornings after the crash. After the crash site was determined overnight strong. And to close up this edition, 3 of the pro-Trump protesters whose photos have traveled around the world since their violent intrusions on Capitol Hill on Wednesday have been arrested and charged. The Justice Department announced the 3 indictment pointed out that the defendant illegally entered a federal buildings while Vice President Mike Pence was present, making their cases worse. Jacob Anthony Chancellor and Elias Jack Angel, the shirtless Buffalo Humped and painted conspirators who had magnetized the photographers and the camera through the Capitol, was arrested and charged with unlawful entries and violent conduct on Capitol Hill. The Justice Department said in a statement on Friday the department had already announced 30 charges of trespassing and despondent conduct and the arrest in Arkansas of Richard Barnett and pro-gun activists. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.